So we're back. I'll pick up again right away. Last video was some general commentary on the combat system, for example, the scaling. Um, I do definitely want to emphasize that while I point out these things, I thoroughly enjoy playing the game. Like I said, this game will continue to come out from time to time, primarily because of the just outstanding array of scenarios and platoon types and so on and so forth. Now, go, be great to see a complete 21st century update to this exact. No, okay, not exact, but take the spirit of this game, Sands of War, and completely update it to 21st century. Can't remember if I said before or not, but again, for what it's worth, this is nothing but commentary, free commentary. I would not want to. Well, let me put it this way. Let's look at it this way. Here are all of the scenario chapters. I'll go ahead and skip World War II in the desert. I don't even need World War II in the desert in a game like Sands of War because there are already so many great World War II games. So I'll skip that first chapter. But Israeli War of Independence, Sinai War, Six-Day War, 73 Arab-Israeli War, Lebanon, Iran-Iraq War, Iran-Iraq War, the Gulf War. I mean, what I'm getting at is that I would not want to pay top dollar to have just one of these chapters done in this same, system format, just to have a bunch of full color, glossy, pretty components. I would rather have rough. I'll even go so far as to say I would still pay for rough utilitarian graphics if I really had a system that covered this much of history, all these different belligerents with all this different, really, it's not even weaponry, it's TO&E, on all these different, this game comes with 16 map sheets. So, yeah, I'm saying it would be nice to update it to 21st century mechanics. And you could improve the graphics a bit, but and put in all the development work into those scenarios. That's what I would go for. But it just seems that we don't really have, and again, I wonder if I'm missing something, but I don't think we have this post World War II at platoon level geomorphic maps game system that includes all the elements of modern warfare, from mines to illume rounds, artillery scattered mines, and so on and so forth. So anyways, enough of that. Let's get into it. Turn 5. Should point out that the Egyptians still have one more meteor, and again, it's been a few days, but I think the meteor used its bomb factor. I think it used its bomb factor, which is used up for a scenario. But I think I left it on the turn track because he still has one strafing factor to use, and we didn't really talk about strafing. Well, I guess we'll talk about strafing when the meteor shows up again. And I think it's at the start of the player turn. So the Israeli are the attackers, so the Israelis are going to go first. Beginning of each. Oh, I'm sorry. Roll a die at the beginning of each turn. I don't know about that, because that would mean, see, if we roll at the beginning of the turn, then the Israeli player would know. Well, I'm going to go ahead and play it as is, but right off top of my head, that seems like the Israeli player has the benefit of knowing that the meteor is coming, which doesn't, I don't know about that. Anyways, if one or more fighter bombers are included in a scenario, roll a die at the beginning of each turn, roll a 1 or 2. Okay, so the Egyptian player rolled a 4, so the meteor doesn't show up this turn, and I will put it back on the turn track for next turn. Alright. Now we go to the attacker's player turn. Right there. Do the command phase. Trying to remember if the Israelis have anything going on that requires... I think I went over this before. In Sands of War, that mortar there, 120mm mortar, just fires away in the final fire phase. I don't think in Sands of War, I guess you don't have to, if I remember correctly, you don't have to plot those fires, which, again, I'm not sure what I think about that. I think possibly in Blood and Thunder, published after this one, I think Blood and Thunder goes back to plotting at the beginning of the turn, executing at the end of the turn. If you take out that separation in time, I don't know, it seems like you take out a bit of the flavor of indirect fire. But anyways, I guess I don't have to do anything with the mortar right now. Oh, the other thing to note with the action going on here is that I mentioned before that the Egyptians have already lost 2 light infantry platoons, and if they lose 2 more units, they're going to hit their hesitation point, and when they hit their hesitation point, they go a whole game turn being out of command control, and that you would think would be when the Israelis want to really push to try to collapse the Egyptian defense. Let's see if it plays out like that. But that's what I was thinking, to see if that happens. So, all right, so back to command control. Go ahead and lay out our command markers. We still have a commander there in his jeep, and we still have a commander way over there with that force with the mortar. They're a long ways away from Egyptians, so I'll just leave them over there. Well, actually, I'll knock them out first. So the leader's right off the camera here. Actually, there we go. So the leader's right here. The commander is here. He's with an elite infantry medium truck. He is within... I'm sorry. He has line of sight to a unit under his command. So he's gonna send a transmit order to the mortar, which is all units within one hex. Oh, I guess they would have been concealed a long time. Yep, they're in the town. Actually, these guys would have been concealed a long time ago. I think that matters because if that meteor fighter bomber arrives, it will not see them. But they've been in the town. They have spent a movement phase in the town, so they would have, regained concealment. So, but we're still in the command phase. So we'll go here. There's no reason for this commander to do anything but lead his 1 elite infantry platoon here. Now this leader, now we're getting to the point where does he use a lead order and leave these half tracks out of command control? That's interesting. So the lead command puts all units within 2 hexes in command control. So we're talking 500 meter radius. A leadership order marker is placed under the command unit issuing the order. Places in command control all units subordinate to the command unit within 2 hexes of the command unit. So 500 meters for 15-minute turns. Well, I was just noting that. No commentary yet. So does he use a lead order? Yeah, and put the leave the half tracks out of command control, or does he issue a transmit order maybe to this half track and put all of these guys in command control but leave out the elite infantry and his own and the units stacked with him? It's interesting. I can't remember. It's funny because it has self-ordering units. Recon and FO units are self-ordering, which makes perfect sense. They never suffer the effects of being out of command control. They may not issue orders to other units, but any vehicles in which they are mounted are also in command control. But they don't. I don't remember seeing that. I mean, shouldn't commanders themselves always be in command control? Maybe I missed something, but it would seem that way. But anyways, I'll move on. Okay, so that's the Israeli command phase, first fire phase. So just to review the command control loss penalty, so that applies to the half tracks here. Movement allowances halved. They may not enter a firing position. They may not recover from a pin result. They may not move toward an enemy unit in a line of sight. So that is probably the most significant piece right there. They cannot advance. Against the Egyptians here. All right, so first fire phase. First fire. See, the half track can't fire into here now because they're friendly units in the same hex as enemy units. I guess they can still fire because there's no fire penalty from being out of command control. So yeah, I guess the half tracks can still fire. We've got 3 half tracks here. We have a light infantry platoon in a entrenchment there. Yeah, I guess they still fire, so from a support by fire position. So they will fire. It's normal range, 2 hexes away. It's 2, the P means personnel units only, or something like that. It means they don't harm armed vehicles, obviously. So it's 2 at a range of 2. Entrenchments are going to add 2. Entrenchments add 3. So the light infantry is 6. Yeah, 2 to 6, so it's 1 to 3. That sounds about right. 1 to 3. So we're talking 30% chance of pinning the unit, but we have 3 half tracks firing, so we get 2 pins and he's gone. I missed something. they're just looking right down the, by the way, just to review elevation. Elevation is really important to me. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, that's full light brown, or full, I'm sorry, full medium brown. It is full medium brown. So it's level 6. So he's basically looking at from level 6 to 5 to 3. So he's looking straight down the side of this mountain. So there are no line of sight issues. Yeah. So it is 2 to 6, 1 to 3. There's no target determination because there's only one light infantry platoon in the entrenchment there. Alright, so it rolls a 7, which is no effect. The next half-track rolls a 3, which is a pinned result. I'm going to flip that light infantry over, and the last half-track there, oops, rolls a, oops, I hit my light. That was a 1, so he's gone. 2 pins, roll a 1, that is 2 pins, he's gone. Entrenchment stays, I guess. Yeah. Three. +3 to defense. Seemed a little easy, frankly. But I'll move on. Half track, we'll just stand by. Lead infantry. No, they won't bother firing. I guess that's it. So that's Israeli first fire. Now we have Israeli movement and Egyptian reaction fire. First things first, they need to move up here to get in a better position. So we got the commander on the Jeep and 2 half tracks. So it's going to be an easy 1 hex movement, but moving up the hill will add 1 because they're going from 1 elevation here up to here. It is 16 tracked and 12 wheeled, but in any case, the 1 hex. Now, when they move, they would have to face the rear of the unit toward the hex that they left. But I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, the 6-pounder can reach, and actually the 6-pounder. Trying to figure out if this line of fire is blocked by friendly units. So we're looking at the 6-pounder here is on elevation. Might as well figure it out. It's partial light brown. I keep counting from the floor of the pass. Of course, you don't have to do that. You can just come right to the. You can just go right to the table. So you figure it out, you look at it, and you say, okay, 6-pounders on partial light brown, right here, partial light brown. So you look on the table, partial light brown. I'm sorry, that's partial medium brown. Partial medium brown, sorry. This, which I consider almost yellowish, is what they call light brown. This is medium brown. So it's partial medium brown. So you just look here, partial, medium brown, partial, medium brown. Go over to the steep column because the scenario tells us that the slopes are steep in this scenario, and it's 5. So he is at elevation level 5. He's at elevation level 5. He's looking across the choke point here, the low ground here. This friendly unit, he's at partial light brown. He's at 3. Elevation level 3 right there. So he's trying to get to the half tracks. The commander did move with them, so... Well, I guess I could have just moved one at a time, couldn't I have? Actually, I am gonna move one at a time, knowing that the 6-pounder is over there. He is gonna move one at a time. These guys are waiting. Okay. Oops. I'm sorry. That is a lead infantry mounted on a half track. So actually, it was like that. The half track loaded, moved up 1 hex there in elevation. Excuse me. Don't know where that came from. So knowing that the 6-pounder's over there, it's looking straight across the low ground there. So this, all of this is at level, well, that's actually the same level. Here, so I'm going to move this, but remember that they are there. So that is the same elevation as the 6-pounder. So 5. Yep, 5. But actually the half track went way up to partial dark brown. Partial dark brown is elevation level 7. So 5, he's actually looking up to level 7. So actually he's looking over all this. So actually, yeah. Put all these back. The 6-pounder shoots at the half track as it moves up into that higher hex. So it is important that we orient the half track back towards, or the rear of the half track unit faces the hex it just left, because now the 6-pounder will be shooting at the flank armor of the half track. So it's going to be 1. Now the 6-pounder is in the bunker over here. The 6-pounder has the combat factor, fire combat factor of 4, but it's at extreme range because normal range is 3. This is at 6 hexes, so it's half the direct fire, so it's 2 against 1. 2 against the half tracks, 1 flank armor. Yeah, round it up. Round the printed defense factor by 3, round up. So, yeah, so it is 1. So it is 2 to 1. So the 6-pounder takes another shot. 2 to 1 column, and rolls a 3. You want low numbers, so 2 to 1. We rolled a 3. It's destroyed. Wow, that was nice shot. Okay, so what happens to the loaded infantry? Look for that rule. Bailing out, basically. Bailing out. Escape from destroyed vehicles. Destroying attacks often destroyed by attack as well. A non-vehicle unit mounted on a vehicle which is destroyed by an attack is often destroyed as well. But roll, so the Israelis will roll to bail out, basically. Man, I keep hitting my light. They roll an 8. The result of a 6 to 10 destroys the non-vehicle unit. Okay, so wow, so the half-track force, Israeli force, loses 2 more units for a total of 3. 1, 2, 3. So the half-track unit has hit its hesitation point. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it one more. It's 1 away from hitting its hesitation point. Wow. So the 6-pounder can go back in place. It was using reaction fire to the moving half-track. Can mark him as using his reaction fire. Now, wow. Now the commander moves up there anyways. Wow. He moved. Now, my pinned infantry there should have used first fire. There's no reason why they can't use first fire. Pinned units fire, they just fire at half combat factors. This lighting stinks. Yeah, they should have fired in first fire. Missed that opportunity. Well, in any case, one of these infantry, Israeli elite infantry, is going to move forward. Well, now these guys are adjacent. They can use reaction fire. Well, might as well just go ahead and use the medium machine gun first. Well, that's interesting. See, moving units would not normally get terrain benefits. So the question is, when we talk about them not getting terrain benefits, does that mean they don't get entrenchment benefit as well? Try this again. First under reaction fire. Where's reaction fire? Okay, I might have mistaken that for same hex combat. Alright, reaction fire, I don't see anything about the terrain. Same hex combat. Non-vehicle units receive terrain benefits only if they are not moving, but that's all same hex combat. Now this is adjacent hex, so they do move into the entrenchment. There's not an issue there. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and play that. These are entrenchments. Any unit may occupy entrenchments, and as many units may do so per hex as desired, subject to normal stacking rules. Entrenchments in a wadi or irrigation canal hex enable any unit. Alright, that's not this case. Okay. Obstacles and fortifications. Some scenarios specify the presence of engineering works such as fortifications. Such things are placed before the battle begins. No engineering work may be placed in a swamp, marsh, river, open water, or major waterway hex. Engineering works may be placed in partial water hexes. Effects of most engineering works are summarized. Okay, so I guess they just move right into the entrenchments, which is going to add 3 to their defensive factor. So we just compute the attack normally. So the medium machine gun has a range of 2. So it is firing at close range because it's 1/2 or less. That's 1 hex away. So we double the direct fire factor of 2 to 4. So they're firing at 4. At the elite infantry, 5 plus 3 for the entrenchment, 8. So it is forward 8 or 1 to 2. 3. It is pinned. Yep. A lot of pinning going on here. That's good. I mean, that's what I would expect. So now the medium machine gun has used his reaction fire, right? And then the next elite infantry moves in. Now the light infantry will try to fire. That's normal range. Attack factor of 1 at normal range of 1. It's right here. Light infantry, direct fire factor of 1 at a range of 1. It's firing from here to here. Normal range is 1. Now it's 1 to 8, which is not allowed. 8 being the elite infantry's defense factor of 5, plus 3 for the entrenchment is 8. So that attack actually isn't possible because it's less than 1 to 4. So then the last elite infantry can move in there. Still, yeah, still, that's that. So there, infantry, so we'll leave this to the side to show that it's just the medium machine gun that's used his reaction fire. They can at least move up 1. 1, I don't think any of the Egyptians can react to that. Now, why wouldn't the half-track? Yeah, why wouldn't they move? They're going to move into the hex there. Now, I think... Oh, yeah, the Egyptians are still under their reaction fire marker. So I guess they are good, actually. So they're in the bunker, so actually they get their reaction fire against the moving half-track. So now it is so now same hex combat. Light infantry against the half-track uses the flank armor of the half-track. We know it's 1. The light infantry, Egyptian light infantry still has direct fire factor of 1 at the range of 1, so this is close. We double the 1 to 2, so it's 2 to 1. 2 to 1, so yeah, I'll go ahead and do this attack, but I guess it's not good for the half-track to move in there like that. 7, so he's okay. He was lucky there. So Egyptian light infantry has used his reaction fire. So now the half-track's in there as well. So they move 2. Yeah, that is Israeli movement and Egyptian reaction fire. So Now we go to final fire. So units that have not fired or moved may fire. None of these count. And then we do same hex combat. So infantry units that are in the hex at the end of the turn. Is it all units? No, it has to be infantry units. Assault fire. Okay. I get it's still the phasing player though. Oh. Okay, we're about to do the assault fire in this hex. So I'll put a little marker there. That's what it was. At the end of the Israeli movement phase, those elite infantry unpinned. I think. Yeah, I think so. The half-track moved in. I don't think the half-track... No, the half-track doesn't get assault fire anyways. He moves so he doesn't get to fire. No, he's done. So it is the 2 elite infantry. But see, they still could have fired when they were pinned during the first fire phase. And now they would get to fire again, and they get to fire at the... Yeah. That's why it was important. That's why it was important to put them in command control at the beginning of the turn so that they could recover from being pinned. Alright, so they do get their assault fire against the light infantry. Light infantry only has a defense of 3, but at least they're in the bunker for a +5. So it's really a defense of 8. Yeah, so we have 2. Well, I'll just go in order. First, Israeli lead infantry. It has 3 at close range, double to 6. So it's 6 to 8, which is still 1 to 2. 7, no effect. Now the second Israeli elite unit, exact same, 1 to 2. Okay, he does roll a 2, so he pins the light infantry. Which is probably just 1 step to his demise, or halfway to his demise. Yeah. So I think that now. Well, check the range for the mortar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Huh. Thought it was farther. It was farther than that. Yeah. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20. Huh. What do we got here? Oh yeah. All right, we are going to do it. All right, so I'll put everybody back here. Egyptian light infantry is now pinned, but still in their bunker. They still have a reaction fire marker on them. Alright, so we'll go over to this. So here's the Oops, I didn't want to do that. Anyways, so here's the medium mortar. Right there. So it has a range of 23. One salvo at field HE. Well, it is HE around at field artillery rating. So he is going to try to drop the mortar on at Hex with the Egyptian medium machine gun. Alright, so... Oh, and what was it? Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, he just barely sees it at 20 hexes. Yeah, just barely sees it at 20 hexes. Alright, so no line of sight issues. Okay, so the mortar is sighting for himself, basically. Alright, so I think it's just find the just use the field artillery column. Okay, now we go back to the issue of combat effects, HE, the okay, do I do target determination, I guess? I guess I do. Okay, so let's pull these guys aside. Medium machine gun in the bunker. Light infantry outside the bunker, but still considered to be in entrenchments. I guess the Egyptian player rolls for target determination, which is the medium machine gun in the bunker. So then we go to bunker -2, but I think we determined that that should be -3. No, -2. -2 columns. -2 columns. So we start with the field HE. -2 columns is 1 to 3. I guess. So pinning the medium machine gun would help only because we have infantry ready to pour into the hex. So I guess we'll do that. 4, so just misses. So I have to, that costs me a salvo of HE. I don't know. Again, I don't know about that being worth it or not, but all right. So I guess that was all the Israeli final fire. Remove all our temporary markers. I guess I'm not going to. Guess I don't really need to remove the command markers because I have enough for both sides. So go to the Egyptian turn. Command phase. Again, our one Egyptian commander is right here. One Egyptian commander is right here on the north side of the the defile there. Yeah, that's it. So he chooses, it's a question, does he lead himself or do a transmit order to these guys? Well, actually there is nobody who needs to recover there. Oh, but if he does a transmit order to here, he puts these guys in command control, which they do need to recover. So I guess that's the right smart thing to do, right? So I guess we put a transmit order here, transmit order here, puts all friendly units subordinate to that commander within 1 hex under command control. So they're under command control, they are not, which is fine. Don't plan to move. Don't need to recover from pin. Okay, so that was Egyptian command control. Egyptian first fire. So let's not forget. In the same hex, let's do this. In the same hex here, actually the pinned, let's see it. Yeah, the pinned. Well, no, the pinned infantry can actually harm the half track, actually. Let's not miss that point here, right? So the Egyptian light infantry pinned has a 0.5 direct fire factor. It's close range, so it's doubled to 1. It's not enough to harm the elite infantry. Same hex against the AFV in the hex is against the flank armor, so actually it's 1 to 1. So the light infantry will take first fire. Yes. First fire against the half track, which is 1 to 1. And it gets a 9, so no effect. That was a good try. Good college try there. So that's first fire. You might as well have these other guys fire as well, right? So, yep, so question only is what, oh yeah. Oh yeah. The medium machine gun. Actually there are entrenchments in both, right? So the medium machine gun will try to hit these elite infantry. The medium machine gun in the bunker will try to hit those adjacent Israelis. It is close range, so it's doubled. Attack factor of 2 is doubled to 4. So now we have the 3 elite and 1 is pinned. So the 3 over there, so we have to do target determination, right? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Okay, 10, so I reroll a 10. I have 3 units in there, so I reroll a 10. 2 10s in a row. 3 10s in a row. Wow. Alright, 2, so it's the top unit. He rolls a 2, so it's the top unit. So the elite infantry is 5 plus 3 for the entrenchment is 8. Yeah, 4, 8, so it's 1 to 2 still. So the Egyptians are firing the medium machine gun 1 to 2. Rolls a 4. That's pinned. So the top unit is pinned. Now, 1. Okay, so the light infantry still doesn't have enough firepower to harm the elite infantry adjacent in entrenchment. So that's that. I still keep forgetting. Got to remember, units that don't move for a whole turn may enter firing position, but not under certain conditions like being pinned. So we're still on Egyptian first fire. Yeah, that was ugly. All right, so actually the 6-pound, this is bad. The 6-pounder is going to shoot at the Jeep up there. So it's the same. We've already talked about extreme range 2. Jeep has a defense factor of 4. I mean 3. Yeah. So it's 2 to 3 or 1 to 2. All right, 5. No effect. Egyptian first fire. Machine gun fire. Oh, man. Clumsy as heck today. That's it for Egyptian first fire. I don't think there. No, there's no Egyptian movement. So we go to Egyptian final fire. The only Egyptian final fire is the same hex combat here. Gotta remember to unpin. Nobody was pinned there. Let's go into this hex. Yeah. So now, because of that transmit order that we gave, whoops, obviously it's supposed to be on the transmit side. Because of the transmit order, the Egyptian light infantry here can unpin. Now he's in final fire or assault fire. So it's double for close range, so he has 2 fire factors. He chooses, there are vehicle and non-vehicle units. He's going to choose to fire at the non-vehicle units, so the daily player has to do target determination, so it is the top non-vehicle unit. The light infantry is 2, I guess it's 2 to 5 or 1 to 3. Rolls a 1, so it is pinned. A lot of pinning going on. So that's it. Actually, seems anyways like the Egyptians are holding out quite long here, actually, for quite a while. And that is the end of turn 5. End of turn 5, the scenario's ambush at Mitla Pass. I need to reconfigure a bit of a mess I've made here. Till next time.